Our team is conformed by Itzel Gutierrez, Stephanie Cuevas, Fernando Nava, and me, Hermes Davila. And in this evidence tree, we made a video about Elon Musk and SpaceX. Elon Reeve Musk was born in June 28, 1971. He's a technology entrepreneur, investor, and engineer. He holds South African, Canadian, and US citizenship, and is the founder, CEO, and lead designer of SpaceX. Co-founder, CEO, and project architect of Tesla. Co-founder and CEO of Neuralink. Founder of The Boring Company. Co-founder and co-chairman of OpenAI. And co-founder of PayPal. These are some of his most important companies that he has. In December 2016, he was ranked 21st on the Forbes list of the world's most powerful people, and it's believed that he will send people to colonize Mars. That is how important he is for humanity.
When we are talking about Elon Musk, we should talk about SpaceX. That is like his main company. SpaceX is an American aerospace manufacturer and a space transportation services company. This company was founded in 2002 by Elon Musk and his main investor Steve Jurvetson, with Tom Mueller leading the development team. Since then, SpaceX has been making a lot of important things. For example, in 2008, the Falcon 1 reached the orbit, this becoming the first privately funded liquid propellant rocket. This is extremely important because a new world to the space exploration was open, a new door, a new era. Later, in 2012, the Dragon spacecraft began to be used to take supplies to the International Space Station. This is also very important. But the real important thing that they made was the Falcon 9. This was the first reusable orbital rocket. This is extremely important because the cost of the launching of a rocket begin to fall, and if the prices fall, it's more easy to send rockets, and therefore the exploration is extremely easy, to say something. Later, they developed the Falcon Heavy. This is in current times the strongest and powerful rocket that we have, and is reusable, same as the Falcon 9. We have to talk about these things because it's extremely important, the deeds that SpaceX has made. First of all, they returned the space exploration to the main public. This is extremely important because if the normal people is not interested in the space exploration is not possible. That's easy, and Elon Musk with SpaceX has achieved to return this. And a prime example of this is the live event that they made when the Falcon Heavy was proved. This became the second most viewed live event in YouTube history. This is an extremely important deal, and even if they do not achieve the objectives, if they don't take us to Mars, they have made history. They have returned the space exploration to the people, and this is beginning with the new age of the space exploration. Now that we have talked a little bit about the history of SpaceX and his founders, we should talk about the present days, the things that right now SpaceX is developing and that they are making. For this, we shall begin talking about the Falcon 9 and the spacecraft Dragon, because normally they are launched together. Well, first of all, the Falcon 9. This is an orbital rocket designed by the SpaceX. This is the first one that became reusable and that they landed first. Okay, this is only the orbital rocket. Therefore, it doesn't have anything but the rocket to go to the space. And this is the rocket that is launched with the Dragon spacecraft. This is the real utility. The Dragon spacecraft is a cargo spacecraft, therefore it is used to take things to the space. Right now, it's used to take supplies to the International Space Station of the NASA. And for example, yesterday, May the 6th, the Dragon spacecraft with the Falcon 9 take around 3 tons of supplies to the International Space Station laboratory. This is pretty impressive. And that is not the only impressive thing. When talking about design, the Falcon 9 has some impressive things there. For example, it can lift to the space around 22,800 kilograms of cargo to the space. That's a lot. Also, it has a lot of success rate with around 97.1% of success rate, compared with, for example, the Soyuz series. This is a very important space rocket series, pretty historical, that has a success rate of 97.4. So we are seeing that the SpaceX series of rockets has around the same success rate that one of the most important series in the history. Also, when we are talking about the engines, we should point out that the engines of the Falcon 9 has the same design that the Saturn rocket series. This is the rockets that take the human to the space in the Apollo program. And what do I mean with this? This means that they have a lot of engines in the first stage. Therefore, if only one engine or some engine fails, the mission can continue because it has this system that allowed it to continue that they designed first in the Apollo program. And how not to mention the most important thing about the rocket, and that is the reusability. This is very, very, very important because it's the first rocket that we can use to take something to the space, land it, and later use it again. This is basically the most important thing that Elon Musk and SpaceX have made until this point. This is vital to the mission to taking the human to the space, vital to the plan that the Elon Musk is making, and therefore one of the most important things that we should say. And now we should talk about the Falcon Heavy. This is more easier to explain because the Falcon Heavy is basically like the Falcon 9 but with 2 boosters on the side.
The Big Falcon rocket, officially shortened to BFR, is a privately funded, fully reusable launch vehicle and spacecraft system in development by SpaceX. In November 2018, the second stage and the ship was renamed by Elon Musk to Starship, while the first stage was given the moniker Super Heavy. The overall space vehicle architecture includes both launch vehicle and spacecraft, as well as ground infrastructure for rapid launch and relaunch, and propellant transfers in space. The payload capacity of Earth orbit of at least 100,000 kilograms. This makes BFR a super heavy lift launch vehicle. However, if the pattern seen in previous iterations holds, the full Starship Super Heavy stack could be capable of launching 150 tons or more to load each orbit, more than any other launch vehicle currently planned. The first orbital flight is tentatively planned for 2020. With this rocket, what they are trying to do is to colonize Mars because it will be easier and cheaper to transport people to the red planet, because it will be reusable so you don't waste the whole rocket, and what they will do is just refuel it.